Growth is painful, change is painful, but nothing on earth is as painful as wanting to remain stuck in a situation you don't belong. I grew up here in Washington, D.C., and I was sort of born over there in Kenilworth during that time where it was very, very violent, reckless, the neighborhoods, people, so I generally moved from one bad neighborhood to another bad neighborhood. It was a lot of violence really against each other, everybody was trying to get ahead. People had attitudes, So when you earned something and somebody took it from you, there were consequences. You grow up in the ghetto and you see other people with things. You want things, and I figured, well, if I wanted more things as far as clothes and jewelry, I have to go where there's more money at. So it was a thing, that you try to be part of the in crowd, those who were looking good, driving nice cars, and I mean, the first thing I got was a Fleetwood Broham, so it's an ego thing, that you want things, you go after, but there are consequences, and I had to deal with the consequences. I was confined. I was confined for about 16 and a half years for armed bank robbery. And so that took a lot, from me. And, I vowed not to go back to that lifestyle. It could be one of the worstest lifestyle you can live because I don't think anyone should want to be separated from people they're very close to. When you are confined, you hurt a lot of people. Being confined, you're deprived of your freedom. You can't do what you want to do, you have to make the best of your confinement. And if you go to prison and you don't do anything, you come out with nothing. Me, when I got confined, I went from trade to trade. I took the plumber's trade, the HVAC trade, appliance technician trade, cabin making trade, shoe making trade, 2 real estate trade, business finance trade, and 2 finance trades. I just kept going on and on and on, I mean, you have to be creative because I've noticed the same pattern of people I have met in society extends from confinements, because a lot of them were in prison. They weren't doing nothing but eating, sleeping, going outside playing basketball, and talking about the lifestyles that they're no longer part of, and you have to know when a person is honest with themselves, even if they look you in the eyes and sound captivating, a lot of them just are good manipulators, and they have habits that they don't want to get rid of. You can lie to 100 people, but you can't lie to yourself. I mean, you have to first care about yourself, care about the people you hurt, and decide not to ever do that again. When you're doing something positive, that helps you grow. Growth is painful, change is painful, but nothing on earth is as painful as wanting to remain stuck in a situation you don't belong. Instead of complaining about it, you notice this piece of paper on the floor and this person just walked by, I'd rather pick it up than complain about it, See, these small things are big things to others. Somebody has to be responsible, Someone have to want to pitch in and let people know it's not that hard. I try to do what I think is right, I don't want rewards for it or anything, I founded McKenna Center when I was asked to find resident, after being released. And I was told I couldn't go live with relatives outside the jurisdiction. So someone told me about this center. I came, I talked to someone, and they accepted me in. I am a very concerned person, about the guys. I like to see the guys do better. You often let guys know who you meet on the streets that it's not their heart, in DC in particular, there are too many programs that will pay you to take trades, will pay you to go to school, and you just have to take that first step. Well, you got to keep doing something that makes sense, you know? It's like I said, you can't make a dollar if you don't have sense. The only thing you can try to motivate someone to do is take into consideration and be responsible, look at yourself and try to change.